Mathematical language is a formal system of symbols, terminologies, and rules used to express mathematical concepts, relationships, and operations. Ang mathematics ay itinuturing na isang universal language sapagkat ito ay naiintindihan sa anumang panig ng mundo. For instance, two mathematicians of different nationalities and cultures can collaborate under the same mathematical principles. Totoo ng mathematical language ay nagtatranscend ng cultural at linguistic boundaries at kaya rin itong ipaliwanag sa malinaw at sistematikong paraan ang mga bagay-bagay at mga pangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. Mathematical language enables clear communication of ideas and reasoning in mathematics. There are three characteristics of mathematical language. It is precise, concise, and powerful. It is precise because it is able to make very fine distinctions. In mathematics, we aim for accuracy of result. When we are solving a mathematical problem, we always aim for perfection. Ika nga walang labis at walang kulang. Halimbawa na lang ang value ng pi, which is so precise to the point na hindi mo na mapibilang ang exact value niya dahil sa sobrang haba. Ang alam ko lang ay hanggang 3.14 lang. Next characteristic is concise. It is able to explain things briefly, walang paligoy-ligoy to the point na palagi. Halimbawa, the sum of 2 and twice a number can be expressed as 2 plus 2x. Finally is powerful dahil kaya nitong ipaliwanag ang mga komplikadong konsepto at ideya sa madaling paraan gamit ang mga simbolo, numero at mga mathematical principles na gagawa ng mathematical language na bigyan ng simpleng explanation. Isang magandang halimbawa ay ang popular na formula ni Einstein na E is equal to m squared. In just 5 symbols, nagagawa ng formula na ito na ipaliwanag kung paano i-convert ang mass into energy at marami pang iba. That's the power of math. It condenses vast ideas into neat universal expressions. Sa video na ito, ibigyan natin ng lalim ang ating kaalaman pagdating sa mathematical languages at symbols. Kaya just sit back, relax, and enjoy learning.
Basic arithmetic and relational symbols. Madalas nating makita ang mga arithmetic at relational symbols sa iba't ibang mathematical equations and solutions. Ano nga ba ang purpose nila at paano natin sila ginagamit kapag sumasagot ng mathematical problems? Unahin natin ang mga arithmetic or operational symbols, which serve as the foundation of mathematics. Meron tayong plus sign, minus sign, multiplication sign, at division sign. Gumagamit tayo ng addition para i-combine ang dalawang numbers, halimbawa, 77 plus 23 equals 100. Subtraction or minus para sa pagbawas, halimbawa, 100 minus 50 equals 50. Multiplication para sa quantity scaling, sample is 50 times 4 equals 200. At division for equal distribution, 100 divided 25 equals 4. This is essential when it comes to solving mathematical problems, and this is also applicable in our daily lives. Katulad din sa pamimili sa tindahan o palengke, kung saan kinakalkula natin ang total price ng mga item na binili natin. Ang mga arithmetic symbols ay isa sa mga importanteng pundasyon ng mathematics at nagagamit sa iba't ibang aspeto ng ating buhay. Ang mga rational symbol ginagamit upang ilarawan ang kaugnayan ng pagitan mga numero, variables at expressions. Ang mga basic rational symbols na madalas nating ma-encounter ay ang equal sign, less than sign, greater than sign, and not equal sign. Ang mga symbol na ito ay madalas nating makita sa mga mathematical expressions and sentences. Bukod sa mga nabanggit, mayroon pang iba't ibang mga arithmetic at relational symbols. Ang mga ito ay may kanya-kanyang purpose at napapakinabangan natin sa pag-solve ng mga mathematical problems.
Variable, constant, term, and expression. Nakakalito, hindi ba? Ganyan din ako nung una until I realized na madali lang palang intindihin ang mga salitang ito. Now, we'll talk about variable, constant, terms, and expression. We'll start with variables. Variables are symbols that represent different values in various situations. A variable can represent an unknown value in an equation or algebraic expression. For instance, x, y, and a. Constant is a value that remains unchanged or fixed. It can be numbers, variables, or expression that have a fixed value. For instance, pi, which has a fixed value of 3.14. And now, for terms, it is the product of several numbers and variables. For example, 2xy. And coefficient. Coefficient is a number or any symbol representing a constant value that is multiplied by the variable of a single term in the term of polynomial. In this expression, 7x plus 6y divide to 7 and 6 are the coefficient. And lastly, for expression. Expression are also called an algebraic expression. It is a group of terms separated by arithmetic symbols. For instance, 3x minus 2 and y minus 5x. In our next topic, aalamin natin ang pinagkaiba ng expression at sentences.
In mathematics, meron tayong tinatawag na expression at sentences na bumubuo sa ating mathematical language. Ang mga mathematical expression and sentences ay koleksyon ng mga pinagsama-samang numbers, variables, and terms to represent mathematical problems. Here is an example of a mathematical expression, n plus 8. And here's an example of mathematical sentence, 2 plus 5 plus 9 equals 16. You notice the difference, right? Mathematical expression don't convey a complete thought, unlike a sentence. In an expression, you notice the absence of an equal sign. Now, there are two types of mathematical sentence, open and closed. An open sentence depends on one or more unknown variables to determine whether it is true or false. It is either true or false until specific values have replaced the variable. For instance, 4x plus 2 equals 34. The value that will replace the variable x will determine the true value of the statement. A closed mathematical sentence is a statement that can be definitively proven to be either true or false. Wala itong mga variables at hindi rin maaaring dagdagan ng iba pang value. For instance, 2 plus 4 plus 5 equals 11 and 100 minus 25 equals 50. Both of which is true and false respectively. When translating verbal phrases or sentences into mathematical expression, pay close attention to keyword to avoid confusion and mistake. For example, A divided by B and B divides A. Both translate to the mathematical expression A divide B. Mathematical expression and sentences is made up of combining numbers, variable, and terms. And expression ay hindi naglalaman ng kumpletong diwa and can be identified by absence of an equal sign. Meanwhile, the sentence convey a complete thought that can only be true or false, but not both. I hope na may natutunan kayong bagong kaalaman at patuloy nyo kaming samahan sa susunod nating topic.
Kapag pumupunta tayo sa grocery or supermarket, napapansin natin ang koleksyon ng mga produkto sa isang aisle na mayroong pagkakatulad. Ang mga produkto gaya ng sardinas, corned beef at meatloaf ay makikita mo lang sa aisle ng mga canned goods. Bagamat magkaiba ang mga produktong ito, meron silang common property. Sa mathematics, ito ay tinatawag na sets. Ito ay ang collection ng mga distinct objects na mayroong isa or higit pang common properties na tinatawag na elements. Ang pagpapangkat ng mga bagay sa isang set ay paraan ng paghiwalay o pagkilala ng mga ito mula sa kasabi ng iba pang sets. Kagaya ng binigay kong halimbawa kanina, ipinapangkat ang mga canned goods sa isang aisle upang mahiwalay sa ibang mga produkto gaya ng mga candies, chips, at chocolates. By definition, malinaw na ang isang object or elements ay hindi pwedeng maulit sa isang set dahil ito ay same element lang. For instance, a unique barcode in a grocery store always represents a single item. Kung ang isang barcode ay tumutugma sa isang brand ng sardinas, ang mismong produkto na iyon ay mababasa ng system kung ito ay may scan. Ngayon, how do we denote a set? In order to denote a set, kailangan lang natin alamin kung anong uri ng collection ang bumubuo ng set. A set is represented by a capital letter. Halimbawa ay capital letter A. If A is a set, then the objects, which is represented by a small letter, in the collection A is called the elements of A. Then, we write X is an element of A to denote that element X belongs to A, habang X is not an element of A to denote that X is not an element of A. Ang bilang ng mga elements sa isang set ay tinatawag na cardinality of sets. It is denoted by this symbol. Maaari nating makuha ang cardinality of sets sa pamamagitan ng roster notation o paglista ng lahat ng elements sa loob ng curly brackets. Example, if A is the set of all programs in the College of Computer Studies in CSPC, then A is equals to BSIT, BSIS, BLIS, and BSCS. Maaari tayong makabuo ng isang set mula sa ibang mga sets sa paraan na tinatawag nating set operation. Sa parteng ito, tatalakayin natin ang mga sumusunod na basic operation of sets. Unahin natin ang union of sets, the set that contains all the elements present in both sets. For any two sets, A and B, A union B lists all the elements of set A as well as set B. Thus, for two given sets, set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and set B equals to 3, 4, 6, 8, A union B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Next is the intersection of sets, the set that contains all the elements that are common to both sets. For instance, if set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and set B is equals to 3, 4, 6, and 8, A intersection B is equals to 3 and 4. Difference of sets is the set that contains all the elements present in the first set but not in second. Example, if set A is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and set B is equals to 2 up until 9, the difference of set A and B is equals to 10. Last but not the least, we have the complement of sets, the set that includes all the elements of the universal set that are not present in the given set. Let U be the universal set and A be the subset of U. If U contains all odd numbers below 20 and set A is equals to 1, 5, 9, and 17, then the complement is equals to 3, 7, 11, 13, 15, and 19. Let's talk about subset, proper subset, and equal set. Now, let's say that set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The subset of A is any set that contains any elements from set A. Example, set B is equals to 1, 2, and 3 is a subset of A, denoted by this symbol. The proper subset of A is any set that contains some but not all elements of the parent set. The same example is also considered a proper subset of A because set B is a subset of A and B is not equals to A. Meanwhile, equal set are two sets that contain the same elements regardless of the order. For instance, set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set B equals to 3, 2, 1, 5, and 4. A is equals to B since they contain the same elements. Cartesian product is the set of all possible ordered pairs where the first element of the first set comes first, followed by the first element of the second set. Let's take this as an example. If set A is equals to 1, 2, and 3, and set B is equals to A, B, the Cartesian product, denoted by A cross B, is equals to 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B. As you can see, there are total of 6 elements within the Cartesian product. Moreover, we can also compute the elements of a Cartesian product without listing them. We can just simply multiply the cardinality of the two sets and we will get the cardinality or the total elements of the Cartesian product. Example, if the cardinality of x is equals to 2 and the cardinality of set y is equals to 2, the cardinality of the Cartesian product x cross y is equals to 4. Again, the Cartesian product is the set of all possible ordered pairs of the first and second elements. To easily understand the Cartesian product, it's like pairing every element from A to every element of B. The power set is the list of all subsets of a set, including the empty set and the set itself. For instance, let A equals to 1, 2, and 3. Now, the power set of A is equals to, the empty set, 1, 2, 3, and the set A. Now, the size of the power set is equals to 2 raised to n, where n is the cardinality of the set. In algebra, a relation is a set of ordered pairs. It shows a relationship between elements of two sets. If you have set A, which is the domain, and set B, which is the range, a relation pairs elements from A to elements in B. For example, let relation R be equals to 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 4. Here, 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3, and 3 is related to 4. In order to find a relation, we must follow these steps. First, we need to identify the sets, the domain or the input values, and the range or the output values. Next, we create ordered pairs, x and y, where x is associated to domain and y is associated to the range. After that, we need to list all the pairs. Let's say we have two sets. Set A is equals to Paul, Mark, and Carl, person's name, and set B is equals to 17, 19, and 18. The set A or the domain are the names of a person, and set B or the range are the age of the person. Let relation R be equals to Paul 17, Mark 19, and Carl 18. For a relation to be called a function, each element from the domain must only correspond to a single element from the range. Kung titingnan natin ang halimbawa kanina, masasabi natin na ito ay isang function sapagkat ang bawat tao ay may isang edad lang.
Sa pagtatapos ng ating topic tungkol sa mathematical languages and symbols, ating tandaan ng mathematics ay higit pa sa mga numero at simbolo. Ito ay isang universal language na tumutulong na magbigay linaw sa mundong ating kinagagalawan, mula sa mga basic arithmetic hanggang sa mga complex functions. Ang bawat simbolo at formula ay may mahalagang papel na ginagampanan pagdating sa problem solving at logical thinking. Just like how we organize items in a grocery store into sets, or match names with ages through relations and functions, math shapes how we structure ideas and solve real-life challenges. Mathematics is precise, concise, and powerful. Kaya kung ikaw man ay namimili sa tindahan o sumasagot ng mga komplikadong scientific questions, nandiyan palagi ang math para tulungan ka. Keep on discovering, exploring, and learning the wonders of math. Kami nga pala ang Group 4. Thank you for joining us today. Goodbye and God bless.